Here we go. Now I'm live. I had hit start recording instead of go live, and I did like a whole intro thinking I was live. Well, it's fine. This will be a better intro anyways. Shout out Genki and Sienna. Shout out Gigadonk. Shout out Your Stuff Is Cool. And shout out Lance Argar. And especially Gigadonk and Your Stuff Is Cool. Seeing your Dark Chows makes me incredibly happy. In fact, Your Stuff Is Cool. You've got like a number 1 on you. You've got 50 XP. I don't know what this new experience system is where you've got ranks and shit. I don't really know what that's about, but Brody's got a Dark Chow too. Hello, Brody. Isabel's here. Isabel said I'm number 2 fan, but in saying so became number 1 fan, I think. I don't really know how it works. I think however much you chat affects it. Brody's 2 now from saying a second thing. So maybe it's like a combination, like a weighted score between your membership and your however many messages you send. I truly have no idea. They just implemented this thing. To the VOD viewers, I wanted to say, if you're not already a channel member, you should become one. Not only because you get to have a cute little chow next to your icon in the chat, but also there's a ton of members-only content, and I have tons more that I've already filmed that I'm just releasing, you know, at a pace that is consumable, as opposed to just dumping an assload of content on you all the time. But I no longer want to release anything that's not going to make me any money at all, unless I really care about the message, you know, like if it's to promote something that I care about, something independent that needs the promotion, then I will talk about that in a public way. But for the most part, I'm not that interested in releasing, or if it's like a message I need a lot of people to hear. Like I released the video that was Death to Imposter Syndrome like a month ago, and you know that could have easily been another members only video, but I wanted as many people to hear that as possible because I need Imposter Syndrome to die. Shout out to No Thank You in the chat. So as you can see on the screen, I have $8 in the bank and I am out of coffee beans. I brewed the last of the coffee. This is a huge problem. I need coffee, and Bird needs coffee for work. Well, he doesn't work tomorrow, but he will need coffee by Monday. How much is coffee? I don't know, like 10. Well, it's Costco coffee, so that's probably like $15 because we got the gigantic fucking bag. That shit lasted like 2 months. It was a huge bag of coffee. It couldn't have been that much because it's Costco. I don't think they have anything that costs... Well, okay, never mind. They have tons of like appliances and really expensive shit, but like their food is generally not very expensive. I don't remember specifically though. We've only bought it once. Trixie, you have to raise a small bratty prince and have a large side cast of gay friends and be adapted to anime in the 1980s. You'll get at least 3 seasons. Big money. I will try my best. I'm sure I've got a few small bratty princes around. Oh hey, it's the pink girl from Even More Furry Pride anime. Oh, you mean, oh my god, I can't remember her name. The girl from Log Horizon. The trans girl from Log Horizon I made into an icon, I guess, that you could use if you have the skills, the membership skills. Hello, Nisa. Welcome to stream. Once I'm home, I will send you 20. Deeply lifted. Wait, how can you be deeply lift? I guess if you're going deep with your lift. Full squat lift. I appreciate it. Isabel says, I have $10 in my bank account and I need to pay for my membership to this channel, so I can't send anything in. Sorry. Well, I greatly appreciate it. I do encourage you to start, since you're so young, start saving money now. Unironically buy Bitcoin, like $5 of Bitcoin. The Bitcoin I've bought has only ever made me money. It's basically like buying into a money printer. Average American's idea of saving money. You gotta save money. I mean, you gotta spend money to save money. Calling an idea you suggested sounds cool as heck. That will be fun to watch. Indeed. I generally don't believe that you should put much faith in the American dollar to appreciate in value. It has not shown signs that it intends to do that. So that's why I don't encourage people to keep their money in money. If you can put your money into stuff that people like and will still have value in the future, that will probably be worth more than money. If you put it into some kind of currency that is appreciating in value, again, Bitcoin currently still continues to do that. So that's why I've literally just made, like, last year I made like $250 or some shit through just like having already had $250 of Bitcoin. You're talking about an index fund? Buy the government's debt. I mean, if you want super safe, you can start with I-bills, which are like small amounts of government debt that basically they pay you interest on it. So you basically just buy government debt for a short interval and then they pay you back more than what you gave them. So if you buy I-bills, you can like do small short-term investments and then buy I-bonds, which are like bigger, longer-term investments that, like, as long as you hold on to them for like 15 years or something, you just get money at the end. That's my fantasy. If I have investor money, which I have not had since I've learned about investing, well, I have, but I've spent it all on weed. Don't ever pick up a drug habit and spend your money on government debt. That's what I've learned about about keeping money, I guess. Also, it's the I-bonds are supposedly inflation proof or whatever. Like they adjust up for inflation when you get the money, so that's why they don't lose value the way money itself does. Yeah, literally don't do drugs, kids. You've seen what happened to me. I am a dare ad, like and I was in dare and I didn't do drugs until I was an adult. It's not like getting hooked as a kid is somehow uniquely more powerful than getting hooked later in life either. It's like a don't do drugs ever. That's why I'm always telling Krona, like, please never smoke anything. Your voice is beautiful. And, like, I hear how my voice sounds compared to hers, and I think, oh, this is the difference that 6 years of smoking has made. You know, and, like, the clarity of how our voices sound, you know? Just weed is fine, right? Not if you do it like I do it. I'm scared of drugs because I'm an ex-alcoholic, so they scare me, lol, don't worry. You need to write an autobiography at some point. You don't even have to wait till you're old. It will sell, I think. Holy moly. Lisa, I was also in DARE and that shit did not work. Honestly, the school program had a lot less to do with it than just me having a perception of myself as a good kid, and never being offered ever. I literally was at no point in my whole of school offered drugs. Nobody ever asked me if I wanted to do any. No one ever tried to sell me any. Nobody approached me about drugs through any point of school, even though most of my friends did drugs. They never even suggested it to me because they were like, you don't need this. And they were right. I was like, I did not start doing drugs until a point at which I felt like I had psychologically reduced my paranoia significantly. Like, or at the very least, become a lot more desensitized. Jesse's voice is like unfathomably deep now from smoking so much weed. It's horrifying. Oh boy, I forgot that Jesse also became a weed head. I have not listened to, you know, I guess I'm assuming that you're talking about like newer Patreon like Let's Play videos and such. No, thank you. In some sort of mad city, perhaps. Not really, though. Like, I grew up in the suburbs, and what I've described as a nihilistic suburban void. Flip a coin to decide the meaning devoid. There is no reason not to be paranoid. You cannot bet on this. It must be destroyed. Cannot build on this. It must be destroyed. And I still feel that way. Hampton Roads should not exist. I was going over this earlier. Let me do this in an incognito window so I don't fucking show my like home address. Okay. I feel like I've probably done this before, but I was really thinking about it earlier today. All right, you see where the white is, right? That's where there is civilization. So wherever you see white, that's where there's lots of buildings and stuff. And then the green is where there's like either farms, mountains, you know, where it's deeper green, that's mountains. Where it's lighter green, that's probably just like farms or fields or whatever the fuck. And houses, residential shit. But these are the cities, right? So you can very clearly see how this is civilization in the East Coast, right? Boston, less than an hour from Providence, less than 2 hours from Hartford, less than 2 hours from New Haven, less than 2 hours from New York, right next to Newark. This is probably an hour, though. 2 hours to Philly, 2 hours to Baltimore, 45 minutes to Washington, D.C., hour and a half to Richmond, right? That's civilization. And then you have the Appalachian Mountains. And this was incredibly hard to pass for most of the first couple hundred years of America's existence. So it was slow building over here, but there's all these big fucking lakes. So eventually, especially during the Industrial Revolution, we started civilizing all this shit and building all these inroads basically around where the fuck is Chicago? There you go, Chicago. Why was it not showing the word Chicago? Chicago is this unfathomable metropolis, and all of these cities basically exist to serve Chicago, including St. Louis down here, right? So that's another civilization. That's one whole civilization. This is one whole civilization over here. Now down here, you've got two micro-civilizations. You've got Nashville, which is its own fucking universe. It has its own culture. It's not like anything else. And then you have Atlanta, which is also its own universe, its own fucking culture. It's not like anything else. But Nashville is tucked between this mountain range and all these fucking rivers and lakes, and so it literally has no effect on anything other than itself, and maybe Kentucky and like Memphis is kind of its own universe too. So these two things almost have nothing to do with each other. But meanwhile, Atlanta's culture radiates super heavily out because it's such a mecca for culture that everybody gets Atlanta culture, just like everybody gets New York culture, everybody gets Chicago culture, and then you got to cross all this fucking desert, and then there's California, and that's where civilization continues again. But you see how, like, you see this line here? That's the civilization attempting to continue line. And it goes from Baltimore to Richmond to Charlotte to Atlanta. And you'll notice it passes over this whole fucking thing over here that doesn't need to exist at all. which is called Hampton Roads, and it's just a huge suburb. There's no, like, there's one point right here where it's like a little bit of a city. Like, it looks like a city for a minute or two. But otherwise, this is just all fucking suburbs. Endlessly. And a swamp. The biggest swamp in the northern half of the country. Big fucking swamp with a big fucking lake in the middle of the big fucking swamp. How dismal and great. Dismal town, even. Alright. That's your geography lesson for this stream. Let's get back to being in the same universe as the rest of you. I'm being called. Bird's calling me. Hello?
Hi, you didn't answer your phone, so I called you on Discord.
Woo! I'm live streaming, and now you're live streaming.
Wow, I'm on my way home. It was slow, so they let me off early.
Holy shit. That's super early.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, everyone was drinking and eating last night, so no one's really that
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
up to do anything today. Yeah.
Fireworks all night.
Yeah. I didn't hear a single firework. I didn't see a single firework.
I heard a ton,
Nobody
but
bel-
didn't see any. You slept somehow
nobody
through.
believed me. Nobody believed me that I didn't hear any fireworks.
Yeah, because there were like hundreds of them that went off.
Yeah, I know what the 4th of July sounds like.
Like,
I know what it looks
by
like,
our
too.
house, like on all sides of us.
I've actually been present and conscious for at least 25 4th of July's. And let me tell you, there haven't been any new like firework developments that I've seen. They're pretty much always the same.
Yeah, they haven't tried to complicate them too much, I guess.
Well, there's like the drone shows, you know?
That's true. That's not fireworks, though.
No, it's drones and fireworks.
Oh, the drones like launch fireworks.
No, the drones, I think, fly into the fireworks.
Oh.
Yeah. I think that's the idea.
I was assaulted by fireworks all night and a billion car alarms went off. Luckily, we didn't have any car alarms here. Thank God.
Or we did and didn't hear them.
I would have heard it. I was up through peak fireworks. It was intense.
That was the thing. I was talking to, I have a coworker who, you will probably immediately know who I'm talking about because I'm complaining about them. But he's really afraid of, like, loud noises. And it never clicked for me, like, hey, what does he do? Where does he go? Like, what? Because I managed to not hear the fireworks. I mean, like, surely there's a way. And I asked him what he did, and he was like, oh, yeah, I was going to go see him, but then they started, and I just decided not to. And I was like, oh, fair enough. And I think he just played the Spider-Man 2 most of the night.
Well, that's, yeah.
Which, you know, is a solution.
That's one way to zone out. Do something else.
Yeah. What are you live streaming about?
Well, so far I did a map rant, and I've just kind of...
About cartography?
Well, no, so not so much that as a ranting about where civilization exists on the East Coast and how far we are from it. And how
what do you mean? We live
doesn't deserve to exist because it's just like a swamp.
Oh, sure, there's that. I don't. This is pretty close to civilization. I mean, it is its own civilization.
It's that it's, well, sure, it is its own civilization, but the rest of it kind of, like, continues in a straight line past us, and you have to, like, divert yourself from that line deliberately to go to Hampton Roads. Like,
sure.
It takes, like a several hour effort out of, like, everything
going
else
anywhere else.
Everything else is built in a natural path that you could just go, like, city to city, you know, and then there's like obviously everywhere there's like offshoots, but we're particularly far out of the way because there's just so much swamp, you know, that just doesn't have anything on it.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think always made it clear that this is a really stupid place to live.
Agree. Especially after I stepped outside earlier for maybe 5 minutes, forgetting to wear bug spray, thinking it's 10 a.m. How bad could it be? And getting 2 mosquito bites and being like,
Yeah, bad.
I'm a fool. Why did I think I could go outside at all in this?
Yeah, of course it was bad. It's always bad.
Yeah.
Swamp.
Swamp. Ugh, donkey.
Yeah. Well, anyway, unless you want me to be part of your stream for the next, I don't know, 30 minutes, I'm gonna hang up.
I'm gonna try to do something that will hopefully make me any amount of money. I'm trying to. We're out of coffee beans, so I'm trying to make coffee bean money.
I see. Well, you're good. I didn't just take coffee from work.
Well, I need
not
coffee.
like
I
ground
need coffee. I drink more of it than you do.
Shouldn't have drank it all then.
True.
Yeah, that's a problem. Drinking so much coffee.
That is true, but that bag lasted a while.
Yeah, it was like a 2-pound bag.
Hell yeah. Let's do that again. Do you know what that costed?
No.
Yeah.
$20 probably. I don't remember. Maybe it was at Costco.
Brianna W in chat says coffee hack is go to hotel lobbies. Unironically, might try it because I've stayed at a lot of hotels. I know how easy it is to just walk in and use the coffee maker. Or sometimes they just have a ready coffee. There's a new chapter of The Deathless out. Everybody should
The what?
The Deathless, Amy Worrell's web novel.
Oh, okay.
About the green-haired girl. Kay.
Yeah, where it's the one where if you write someone's name in the book, they die.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Note Deathless. That's the one. Yeah. I might just go ahead and read this whole book on stream.
That's cool.
Today.
All right, I'm hanging up. I love you.
All right, I love you too. Have a good drive.
I will. Bye-bye.
Wow. Whoa. Look at these fucking pictures. This is the last thing he has sent me besides calls on Discord. Hey, it's me. Pointing down an endless road in Colorado that we were about to drive an hour and a half back down because we had forgotten something at a brewery or something like that. Good times. Okay. Nisa said that's a great pick. Thank you. Would you all live in Austin or Dallas or Houston? No. I hate Texas. Weed's not even legal there. The police are out of control. The culture is shit. They don't like trans people. A lot of unfunny comedians moved in there. Not into it. Also, the humidity in Houston is the worst that it is anywhere that I've ever been. It's its own closed-off civilization which can't be drove into or tunneled beneath. That's true. If someone half smokes a bowl and passes it to you and urges you to finish it since it's already burning, you are legally not obligated to finish it. That is true. In the words of Kendrick, Atlanta was the Mecca. Still is. Still is. A whole verse went through my head just there. Bing bop boom bing bop boom bam. Bing bop boom. God, I can never remember the exact set of strange syllables that Kendrick says there. Bing bop boom boom. Bing bop boom boom bop. Bing bop boom bop. Peekaboo. What they talk about? They talk about nothing. 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 Huh? They talk about nothing. Peekaboo. Popped out to go into Walmart. She going to Walmart. They going to Walmart. You going to Walmart. We going to Walmart. They going to Wally 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 World. Wally 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 World. Wally 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 Wally. She going to Walmart. What's wrong with where you are now again? Well, for one thing, you need a car to get anywhere. It's humid, often hot all summer so far. Like, unpleasant to go outside. Lots of bugs. Catastrophic level of bugs, especially mosquitoes here, where I live in particular. It's like at sea level, so there's certain areas that flood, certain areas that are at a sinking risk. Sea level's definitely rising, which is going to be a problem for long-term property investors. But they keep building these fucking, like, epic condominiums that nobody could possibly afford. Like, I don't understand. We keep getting new giant buildings full of, like, high-rent rooms, and, like, everyone's fucking broke. So already it's expensive to even live anywhere here. Like, the cost of living is really high it's the cost of living is as though you were living in a real city, and you're not. You're living in a giant suburb that has no culture, no good food. Well, the food's okay, but it's nowhere near what you would get in, like, Chicago or something, you know? Like, if you were imagining a Chicago suburb, that is an incredibly nice place compared to what I am describing as a suburb down here, which is you know, just like a bunch of ancient houses interspersed with, like, military barrack apartments, and everyone who lives here is from the military. So there's no gay culture at all. I'm sure there is, but, like, down in, actually in Norfolk, I'm, like, pretty far out into the burbs. Bing bop boom 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 bop bam. Genki said, and someone's getting the best of you. How much per month for the condos? Maybe roommates could make it easier. Well, right now that's what we're dealing with. I mean, we're living in a house where it's me and Bird are paying about $850 to $900 a month, and then Shade and his girl are paying the same amount. So between the two of us, is the cost of, that's like the combined rent and utilities. But yeah, we could not afford possibly to be in this house if it was just one of us. I'm amazed Vic and Hope were paying for this place, but they both have decent income, so I assume the place they moved into is probably cheaper because they just moved into, like, an apartment in Richmond, which I doubt even the cost of living is as high in Richmond as it is down in Hampton Roads. And I think a part of that is just that we are so far out of the way that everything has to be, like, brought here deliberately, you know? Like, again, all transit is going out of the way. All of the trucks that are bringing stuff in are crossing this fucking bridge, you know, like, to get to the south side of Hampton Roads. It's just infrastructurally fucked, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Isn't NYC the only non-car dependent city in the country? I would not say so. Boston is not at all car dependent. That was the only reason that Ben and Munchie wanted to live there so badly, and the only reason they functioned there is that they walk and take the Uber, walk, take train, take cab, you know. There's tons of options, bikes everywhere. DC is pretty easy to just, like, walk around. There's Lime scooters all over the fucking place. Most of the cool stuff is, like, right next to each other. So like I can easily spend hours just like walking around DC on drugs, you know, having a nice time looking at weird old structures and shit. Here, I would not want to wander around, like not knowing exact. I mean, downtown Norfolk, there's like maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes worth of solid like yeah, you can wander this area and there's fun stuff to look at, but it's not like anything particularly impressive compared to, you know, most like really major cities. And like while somewhere like LA is very car dependent, that is also because the expectation is that you will be moving all across that fucking massive metropolis all the time, as opposed to just like living on your block, you know? Like the problem with here is that it's hard to just like live local, you know? There's not stuff, there's just literally like I feel lucky right now that there are 2 convenience stores within a couple minutes walk from me, which was not the case when I was staying with my parents. Like it was like a solid 7-minute walk just to the nearest convenience store, which to me is a bit excessive. You know, at that point you're like making an endeavor out of going to like get a soda or something. Where somewhere like Boston, the neighborhoods are so well integrated that no matter how suburban a place you're in is, there is always a convenience store at the end of your street. Like it's never going to be more than a 2-minute walk to get to somewhere that you can buy a soda, you know? Like now granted the cost of living is tremendously higher in Boston than it is here. And when I say Boston, like I lived in Braintree, which is like an hour outside of Boston, and all of that still applies. Philadelphia, yeah. I know Manny Muskets gets around Philadelphia pretty effectively without a car. PA has some of the worst drivers ever, for real. I just love how fast they drive there, though. Everybody drives the fastest they possibly can there. Godiva Vocaloids. I got almost run over crossing the street on the daily. It's like Philly drivers are trying to kill you. They might be. Maybe they think you'll spill all your coins like Sonic the Hedgehog. Rody says, most places in New Hampshire you need a car to even get to the con store. Yeah, I figured that. That seems right. That's the case for a lot of the Midwest, too. Like, and there's a lot of neighborhoods, like, in Virginia Beach that are just so deep. Like, Ellen, have a good one. Get your stuff done. Get it all accomplished. Make it happen. Listen to that Manny Muskets rants video where he tells you to lock in again. If you're still here. No thank you laughs in superior European. Yeah, that is the nice thing about Europe. Amy says, I also need to lock in. You just released, though. Like, don't manga authors get to sleep for like 2 hours or whatever when they finally get their thing published? Isn't that how it works? That's when they get their 2 hours of sleep per week or whatever. I do like not having to learn to drive. I love driving, so I'm glad I learned how. I think you mean rings that look nothing like the coin from Sonic. Did I say coins that Sonic would drop his coins? That's funny. You'll find good deals no matter what the city. You just gotta refresh the apartment search pages each day. The good deals come and go real quick, but they happen all the time. That is true, but you really are stuck with whatever you get at that point. Oh, I can't get this fucking Iniko song out of my head. So I'm thinking I might read The Deathless and or watch Pataliro. Maybe I'll bounce between them and talk about stories. I'm interested in talking about anything anybody wants to say about stories, really. I don't know how to broach it as a topic exactly. No thank you says I need to propagandize to your audience. Go for it. I need to radicalize and propagandize. Do what must be done. I don't know what you mean, but Genki and Sienna says I have one hell of an interesting PortCon story which I think you haven't heard yet. A positive one and just like utterly wild and amazing that it happened. Well, that does sound utterly wild and amazing. I know you got recognized by the shoujo manga, I think, or shoujo anime panelist. New your channel. That's really cool. Getting recognized at cons is like the best, especially when you're like relatively small, like, you know, but you talk about something that like the types of people who are into that thing are going to find every single video that's, you know, that's any good about it. They're going to be like, I know you like the thing I like. That was one amazing thing that happened, but something else happened at the con too, which I only vaguely alluded to in the server. Well, I'll be interested to learn about this. Brownsville sunset is nice. Oh, Jingai's in Sunset Park. Are you location doxing yourself at the moment right now? Like, is that a neighborhood or a literal park? Because I was thinking you're like, yeah, I'm standing in the park right now. Like, where should I go? I'm in New York. What do I need to do? Lisa said no one will fucking come here, Lamau. That's true. The thing about New York is that getting into it is like even just going there is such a sink of time and money. Like, which is also how I feel about Boston. Like, I had really underestimated how expensive it was going to be living in Braintree. Again, 45 minutes, an hour outside Boston, depending on traffic. How expensive it would be just to try to go into the city, like to do anything, because parking was unbelievably expensive. The traffic was so bad that sometimes it would add hours onto the drive, you know, like if you drove, which means that you're paying extra gas. And if you don't do gas, you use the train. Like, I still would have to drive like 5 minutes to the train station because we were at like the end of the line for the red line that goes into Boston. And it's like $15 for a day pass, you know, like a two-way pass or something like that. I think 15 for two people, because it would always be me paying for me and May back then. So it was like, damn, I'm spending $15 just to go into the city, to go spend $60 at a restaurant, and then not be able to like do anything else and go back home, you know, like walk around the park for an hour and get tired and go home, you know. Or like window shop the mall for an hour and go home. And don't dare park at the Prudential Center, because holy fuck. My house cheap for Boston standards? Well, then nobody should ever live there. I mean, granted, almost everyone who lives there is like a teacher or a doctor. Like, exclusively. So, you know, I did not belong there. Stories is a broad topic, but one I think about a lot. My favorite stories are the ones that teach me something about other people, that helps me understand myself and or the world a little better. Same. And yeah, Electric Wings, you're not gonna stop being held to the flames for calling everybody idiots last time. You know, we're a very word observant culture. Is that the phrase I want to use? I'm so word observant I can't even tell if I'm using the right words in describing the way that our culture is about them. I had the Boston student experience, so I'm biased. Yeah, that's fair. Yes, the Bostonites were definitely not my type of people. Not a type of people I understood. Of. Well, you hate to see it. What's my review of Bostonites? Um, Stuck up, pretentious, rich, privileged in general. Um, but very hardworking. Um, I I was always amazed by fast food anywhere in Massachusetts because everyone always seemed to be in a terrible fucking mood and the food was amazing. Like you would get it's the only place where like Burger King is consistently good. And I was like, what the fuck? Um so just get like usually the experience was like yeah, high effort work, but like clearly everyone was stressed out all the time, you know? And when I came back to Virginia, I think I've mentioned this before that I was like immediately struck by the southern hospitality that like I kind of took for granted because I've grown up here, you know, so I never really thought of it as something that was unique, you know, until actually experiencing how. But and I always took it to be like mostly weather based because in Boston the weather is just shitty all year. Like it's humid and hot as badly as it is down here in the summertime, and it's fucking as snowy and awful as it is in Rochester in the wintertime. So it's pretty much year round miserable weather, and everyone's busting their ass doing like the hardest jobs imaginable, you know. So yeah, I understand why they are the way they are, but I also would never ever choose a life like that and am confused why so many people do. But I guess society runs on that. Yeah, I guess we should. I guess if Electric Wings getting banned is gonna be meta on this stream, we might as well explain it. It was that Violet Pony, a very good My Little Pony musician who takes influence from lots of different music artists, including one called Underscores. I compared Violet Pony's music to Underscores, and for some reason, this really upset Electric Wings. And when we tried to convince them of why this comparison made sense, especially since Violet Pony herself has mentioned being influenced by the band, she was like, "You're all idiots." And so Krona was like, I don't know if you just get to say that, you know. And you don't. She asked for an apology, and Electric Wing says, I don't even care," which is not a good attitude. You know, like you got to remember, the same people are here every day for years. It's we're in this. We're all in this together. We're all, whether you view it as we're stuck here or we're determined to be here, one way or another, we are here, and it's going to be the same crowd, If you can't get along with the people who are here every day, amputation is sometimes necessary to preserve the limb, or the purpose to, you have to cut off the gangrenous parts of the body. You got to remove cancer cells before they spread. Not trying to say you are cancer. I'm just saying, don't act like cancer if you don't want to be compared to cancer. I got way darker than I thought I would on that. I think I let a little Nova out. I've developed a new personality this morning called Nova, and she's a bit of a hard ass, and I think she exists to help me set boundaries, especially with people like that I tend to just ignore, until they get to a point where they make someone else upset. But I banned someone from our server recently, who also in like the same live stream, we had also had like an argument with this dude. And it really, so the reason that this live stream doesn't say like requests on it is that I have been making money through basically like 3 categorical channels. One is subscription model, right? Where people are either on my Patreon or my Substack or my YouTube, and they're subscribing per month, paying a certain amount to just, ensure that they are doing their part to keep me going. Easiest way to support, right? Passively. And usually I'm offering something, right? Like some kind of bonus content. Recently, it's the main content. Like I turned the later, Brianna. I turned the members only thing into like the main thing that I'm putting out on YouTube, So like at this point, if you're not supporting me at least monthly, you're going to miss out on a lot of what I'm doing, right? Then there's the second way that I've been supported is people who are friends of mine just give me money, like Brody or Nisa or Krona or Z-Cypher or who else has given me money? Amy, in spite of the conversion rate, in spite of me being like, please don't. Your money is worth so much more. And I'm going to give back to her eventually. But all of you have just given me money because you like me and you like what I do in general. It's not like, oh, I'm trying to get at this bonus content. You also do that. Most of you are, as you can see through all the chows in the chat, also signed up for the memberships. But aside from that, you've just been like, I see my friend who I like struggling. I'm going to send them money. So that's the second avenue. And then there's the third, which is getting paid to watch things. And getting paid to watch things has been an incredibly mixed bag. Not so much because of what I am made to watch, although that is also a mixed bag, but the mentality of people who pay me to watch things. Because what I've come to realize is, like, if I like you and we're friends, I'm just going to watch stuff with you because I like you and we're friends. And, like, I'm going to watch the stuff you want me to see because... like I'm watching Moral Oral with Brody because I like Brody. It's not because she paid me to watch Moral Oral. She has separately from that sent me a whole lot of money, But, like, I just thought it would be a fun thing to do, to watch that show with her. So it's not something she would have ever had to pay for. It's, like, something I just had to make time for, So, like, in light of that, it feels weird to me when I will, like, watch stuff with my friends for free and then go online where my friends are also there and then charge someone else to watch something with them, which to me is almost like explicitly saying that you aren't my friend, you know? And again, it's not like every request is like this. A lot of my friends have also bought requests, you know, or have bought, like, paid me, and then they're just like, I don't really care about what you're watching, but here are suggestions, or, you know, you seem like you need something to watch. Sometimes I really do just need something to watch. I'm happy to get those requests, you know? But sometimes it's like someone comes in and pays me $60 to watch a 40-minute video that they made that's full of bad takes, and I say so because that's what I'm being paid to do, is react to the thing. And then they start arguing with me in the chat. Now we've gone past the pay grade, right? Like, I was paid to watch the video and react to it. I was not paid to argue about it in chat. Aggie Dine says Necromancer. Well, this is also Punished Herson. Punished Herson, who paid Krona and I to watch this long-ass video that we were enjoying at first. It was not even a terrible video all the way. It was just that at some point it became a whole lot of bitching about free Ren and arguments that did not resonate with us. Herson. Punished Herson. Yeah. And we were kind of just like criticizing those arguments, and then, you know, it kind of became more in chat, but it got to a point where I was like, well, you have other videos about this. Like, they were literally asking me to go watch their other videos about free rent, and I was like, well, if you pay me, sure, but like, I'm not now like emotionally invested in arguing with you about free rent, you know? And then this person made another follow-up free rent complaint video and posted it in the server, and then started arguing about free rent in the server. And I didn't realize it was the same person at first. I at first just, you know, started getting into the free rent debate and being kind of fascinated that this person had problems with it. And then I checked their post history, realized it was the same person, and then I was like, oh, you're obsessed with this free rent take. Like, turns out this guy is a professional in terms of like making money off of it. Civ 6 YouTuber, like, he's cornered the market on making Civ 6 like explanational content. He has like a 50,000 sub channel with all kinds of, you know, decently popular videos, but something has gotten into his brain about free rent, and it seems to be that he thinks free rent is like a morally damaging show, that like watching it will give you bad morals. And so he's really upset that it's like the most beloved and popular anime of the 2020s. I'm really happy that Free Ren is the most popular anime of the 2020s. It's like the only victory we've ever gotten. Like, I cannot remember a time an anime that good was both that popular and that beloved. Gintama was that beloved, but it wasn't that popular. Legend of Galactic Heroes is that beloved. It's starting to slowly become popular. But Free Ren is like the best popular anime ever. Like, it's the most heartening show I've ever seen. And I haven't even fucking finished it. I've seen like 8 episodes. I've read the whole manga. The manga is so good. The manga is so fucking good. And everything he was complaining about was stuff that's like he was basically complaining about the fact that the characters are still really early into their arcs, but like it's so obvious what the trajectory of those arcs is that the fact that he hasn't put together that the characters are going to like change and grow from their current state is baffling. And so, yeah, how could liking Free Ren make you a bad person? Bro was really trying. He was really, really trying. Like, not so much that it makes you a bad person, but that it would like it would, if you took its morals to heart, it would be make you morally disagreeable. He said Gigadog says, he called me anti-intellectual and said my arguments were fallacious. Bro, I wasn't arguing. I was making fun of you because you have a rancid personality. Well, that was where shit got really trippy, right? Because this guy was arguing about Free Ren for a while, and then I pretty quickly realized, like, I don't like this person. This is annoying, and I need to ban them. But everybody was having like a lot of fun, like making fun of him, and like because Amy and Ellen were like stringing him along through the argument just to try to understand like where the fuck are you coming from, like what do you mean, you know. But it got to a point where everyone else who was seeing this happen, because it was also in the wrong channel, it was not in the animation discussion channel. It was, for some reason, it just sprung up. I think he had posted probably that he had put his video in the We Create channel, and so discussing that video happened in the Discussing Creations channel, but then it just became a generalized free run discussion for like an hour, you know? So, so at some point, people start noticing and getting annoyed that this is happening in this chat, and we all kind of just start making fun of him. But he doesn't address it at all. He just keeps arguing about free rent. And he only responds to messages about free rent when I am literally saying, I'm about to ban you. Like, I said that outright. I said, I'm figuring out if I need to ban this guy. You know, and he didn't address this. Didn't say anything about it. And then it got to a point where me and Giga were talking to each other past this guy about the fact that he's ignoring our messages and about to get banned. And he still kept just arguing about free rent. And so finally I was like, I waited till everybody had kind of gotten their licks in, you know, and then I killed him. My reasoning being that he just ignored everything happening, like to an amazing level. Like, but I really think he is indicative of like everything I dislike about anime fans and fandom, like in a generalized sense, is the stuckness. It's the inability to move through life because you are so like you can't stop looking at this one thing, you know, and it like everything else becomes drawn back to that thing, you know, where like he couldn't finish a conversation without making it about free rent or ignore a conversation that wasn't about free rent. And I'm like, you don't even like this show, and it's at this point like a 2-year-old season he's talking about. He's had time to go read the manga, hasn't bothered, you know, just making arguments about this limited portion of a massive story from 2 years ago, beloved by everybody. Winning no hearts, winning no minds. It was wild. It was wild to watch it happening, particularly when it got to the point where like 5 of us were talking about him and he wasn't addressing it. That was where I really was like, what's happening here? Like, this is a different type of thinking that I don't fully grasp, you know? Definitely a type of a dissociation, but I don't know how to describe it. My ass is not watching the video about how free rent is morally bad. Yeah, me neither. Like, I don't need to hear a dumb argument. It's like the flat earther thing, you know, like that fucking, we all remember my point I made against Destiny, right? Like, a flat earther doesn't have to make a good debate for us to all think he's wrong. Like, as soon as he says, I'm about to prove the earth is flat, we go, stop. You don't have to do that. It's not gonna work. Oh my god. Kiki and Sienna said, I am definitely having a very autistic day because I was walking around the house realizing I was accidentally speaking like Inspector Gadget Mike would say. I have a theory that Mike Matei is the real angry video game nerd. Because, whoa, is this the rest of the coffee? Do you not want it?
No, that's from work.
Oh, you have extra coffee. Woo, there's still some in the pot. Wait, come give me a hug.
How's it going? You having
I'm
fun?
doing good. Yes, I'm having fun. I haven't made any money yet. I need to be showered in dollars.
You should stop having so much fun then.
Oh shit, you're right. I gotta lock in somehow. I don't know what I do to make money though. We already banned the last person who was going to pay me, so, you know. Thoughts on Giga making an anime? It would be like, cool if it's good. If not, that's probably funny. Oh, right. What I was saying, I have a theory that Mike Matei is the real angry video game nerd because James Rolfe seems like just a very calm and neutral person who doesn't have that in him, and Mike Matei seems like he just naturally talks like, this game's a shitload of fuck. This is a big pile of ass. So I think just they were playing video games growing up, and James like thought he was really funny, so he decided to like be his friend as a character, and then have his friend play other characters in the video also. But like Mike Matei is the source. Like that's who AVGN is, in my opinion. This is my psychological distance read. Having met James Rolfe and not met Mike Matei, but seen him in plenty of videos where he seems like an asshole. James is the innocent film student with the discipline, and Mike is the raunchy guy for sure. This game's a big pack of ass. This game's a whole shitload of fuck. There's a moment that has lived in my head forever. So my friend Tony from Hack the Movies, he has this show Hack the Movies that used to be part of the Cinemassacre brand, so to speak. The God, was it called Soundwave then or Retroware? I think it's Retroware at present, the brand that that AVGN owns. And so a lot of the guests that he would have on his show were, you know, other people who worked under that brand. And Tony had this co-host named Newt Wallen, who's like a real piece of shit. He was the one who did all the plagiarism that got that got Cinemassacre in tons of trouble a few years ago. He got exiled. He's a personal lolcow to me and my friends that one day I'll have to explore more. But like publicly. But at the time, I think part of why they changed the name is probably because of how much fucking drama surrounded this idiot doing that plagiarism. But anyway, there was one episode of Hack the Movies where it's Tony and Newt and Mike Matei is there as the guest. And they're trying to do like one of those, you know, bits where they introduce the idea where they're like, whoa, how did you get here? And Mike Matei looks at him and goes, comedy bits. And I fucking died laughing when I heard that. Like, to me, that was somehow the meanest and funniest reaction somebody could have to that I had ever heard. And I loved it. Brody said, aren't you supposed to be on a romantic getaway, Crota? And she said, there's not a lot of options out here in the middle of nowhere. And I can't help but read that in the you know, Courage the Cowardly Dog voice in my head. But creepy stuff happens in nowhere. There's not a lot of options out here in nowhere. Dino nuggets or regular nuggets? You love sheet nugs. Like from Sheets? I haven't been to Sheets enough. I don't think I've had their nuggets because we don't really have Sheets in Virginia. At least not Southern Virginia. I think they actually exist in Northern Virginia. Dino nuggets are pretty good. I mean, regular nuggets, that could mean so many things, but the fact that they're shaped like dinosaurs is an advantage that dino nuggets have, for sure. Trixie videos and chill, cuddle up under the blanket, realizing your partner has his pink paw against your hip. It's getting steamy over there. Mike Matei feels like Evil J from Red Letter Media. Evil J. I don't remember Evil J. Is that just the name for when Jay is being, like, really doomer? Ah, fuck it. This sucks type, like jump it, you know? Sheets is kind of mid, but not terrible so far. That's my impression. It took me a while to warm up to Wawa, honestly. Because we didn't have Wawa here my whole life. That started when I was in, like, my late teens. And now they're everywhere here. But, like, when Wawa first came out, everybody was like praising it to high heaven for the subs, and the subs are like fine, you know. Now granted, for the price they are pretty good. Like if you want a better sub, you will pay more for it, but it's worth it. Eventually I ended up eating plenty of those fucking subs. Gigadonk is going on a hike. I want to go on a hike. That sounds awesome. Have a nice hike. I'll be here on my computer. I love my computer. You're always in the mood. I get so turned on when I turn on you. I love my computer. You never ask for more. You could be a princess or you could be a whore, and it's never been quite so easy. I've never been quite so obvious. All I have to do is click on you. I don't remember the rest of the lyric. Amy just put in 20 ruble for Bird Brain featuring Kasane Teto. They're actually reals, but I like saying ruble. Is she going to turn into a pear in this one? Amy Worrell. Trixie, you need to stop spending so much on weed. Amy Worrell also gives Trixie money. I have to give you back all the money you've ever given me eventually. Holy fuck, this is incredibly well written. What the fuck? Let me go back. This is rap bars. Never stop, no.
Why did it sound like that?
Is it all for a show? In the golden hour you seem to know no fear. Is it really true that the bird
I didn't realize
like me could
how
never think like you?
dope Kasane Teto's voice is. my penis. What the fuck? Oh my god. Trans Kasane Teto really killing it out here. Holy shit. Counterfeited cooling cosmonaut. I haven't heard a lot of Vocaloid songs that made me sincerely jealous of the lyrics. I wish I had written this as a rap song. So unsure before it's even heard, never confident in a single word. This bird, expert in the absurd, number one in life that has been deferred. It hurts, this relentless introvert. But inversion only serves to put deserving on the mind, so I keep my time so far out of line, and when the day turns night, I can't help but cry so loudly. I slant devoutly, tell me what about me is built so wrong. There's so much passion, but more I'm lacking. I wish I could call, but I falter on the forethought. I keep running like a chicken with his head cut off. A chromatic twisted aeronaut, a bird brain, baby. I don't know when I'm supposed to stop. Hit me with the flap down, crash into the soft ground. Foul, ain't no fellow feathers falling for a freak so weak, so put my neck up on the chopping block of bird brain, baby. I don't think my head is coming off, baby. I don't know when I'm supposed to stop. Something like that. It's literally just a rap song, but sung like a pop song. And I falter as an afterthought. I keep on running like a chicken with its head cut off. Apathetic, aching argonaut, a bird brain, baby. I don't know when I'm supposed to stop. Hit me with the flap down, crashing with the loud sound. Apoplectic and pathetic as can be, not me. I put my neck up on the chopping block. A bird brain, baby. I don't think my head is coming off. Is it all for a show? In the golden hour, you seem to know no fear. Is it really true that a bird like me could never think like you? Okay. I like the lyrics a lot. I had another request. Open to Airwaves for $1.99 said, read AI is evil. Taperclip was nice in the comments. Absolutely. I need to leave a comment on it too, which I think I have to make like a whole account. But first of all, everybody should be subscribed to Taperclip. And you should be getting yourself ready for the next Scooter Pitch podcast, which is coming out very soon. You should also get your pitches ready for the next Scooter Pitch podcast, which is not coming out as soon. Members only videos. Well, maybe I need to become a member. I don't have any money though.
Playing to a crowd is fun, so I titled my new manga AI is Evil. But the story itself is more nuanced than just AI bad. I'm doing the American Kirby style marketing, since the Japanese title was AI's Whispered Sigil.
AI's Whispered Sigil. Okay, do I read this right to left or left to right? I assume right to left because of the way that it's laid out on this. Okay.
Thanks for watching today. Me and Bandit-kun will see you soon. No, keep streaming. Okay, if you insist. This'll be my first time playing with everyone outside. I should have done this sooner. It'll be nice to having someone to talk to. How do I go to the next page? How do I go to the... I just click on it. Okay, wait, how did I end up 5 pages the fuck ahead? Okay, there we go. Truthfully, I'm not speaking to anyone. It's AI. The app reacts to whatever's fed through the camera and generates live responses as if you're hosting a popular live stream. I'm an oddball who's always stood out. I've learned to look inward and love my unusual friends. Playing pretend is where I thrive. They're pretend, but they're my friends. We're here.
that looks an awful lot like a familiar character. It looks a lot like Genki from Genki and Sienna, I'm realizing. Welcome. What brings you here today? Thirsty looking demon man.
A friend suggested this place. They're in chat now if you want to say hi.
This is our VIP card. Streamers like you can use it to get free food here.
I can't accept this.
Please, don't be so modest. Hey, it's Ellen. It's okay. Or rather, it's Sue from Harpy Story by Ellen Horai. Lots of sponsorship deals are duds. It's okay if you accept and don't make the money. I'm assuming that I probably know who every artist being featured here is, but I don't recognize all of them innately. Cute plushie. Please, enjoy.
So cute. Do you want a bite? No? Okay.
Oh my god, she's fucking adorable. Welcome. Oh, you're back.
Of course.
What would you like today?
Anything's fine, really.
Here's my latest creation. And, the small one is for your friend.
Bandit, look. I feel so welcomed here. We'll visit even more, and us three will become even better friends. And so I began to visit the cafe every day. I tried to pay, but the owner refused. Whenever I quietly left money on the table, he'd run after me like I mistakenly dropped my wallet. This food is great, but I'm definitely stealing. All done. How do you like Bandit's new outfit? So cute. Bandit is a good egg. He never lies.
Hey, what's wrong? You can't... Oh my god, how do I make this go away? How do I make it not do that? I can't read what he's saying! You can tell us anything.
I need to tell him the truth. He'll say I'm crazy, but I can't keep lying.
Ah, my favorite streamer.
I'm sorry. That should cover all of the meals you gave me, because the truth is, the streaming app I'm using is fake.
I know. I developed the app you're using. Seeing it used so enthusiastically made me happy.
Oh, makes sense.
This is like if I met the creator of PluralKit. However, you've given me many questions. Your interactions were very unusual.
I know, I'm too old to play with dolls.
No, not that. Inside the app's code, I hid a sigil. Have you ever felt there was something otherworldly about AI? I wanted to put that to the test. By default, the app will mimic a chat room of 5 to 10 people, and yet, whenever you used it, you were able to generate thousands of AI viewers. Whatever's on the other side craves your energy. Your imagination is stronger than anyone who tried to use the app. Let's see if you're the key to bridging our worlds. Now loading.
I recognize you.
Gobble. Now loading. It's working better than expected. With this, I can't lose.
You said my imagination was key. More than AI, I believe in Bandit!
Hell yeah. Get him, Bandit. He put him in the portal. She broke his phone. Dusted, or her own phone, I guess.
Amazing, you're real. What should we do first?
Welcome? Here to finish the job?
No way. I don't know why you did what you did, but you're still our dear friend. I hope the three of us can become even better friends.
Wow, what an adorable ending. Even though AI was evil, it still got to be friends in the end, I guess. Well, I guess he's not AI, he just uses AI. Did he abandon his AI ambitions, or is he still gathering data on that app? Does he have, like, secretly from her, like, another victim? Like, she's gonna walk in one day and catch him, like, on his phone with another one? Hello, Marcy. Taper is an amazing writer on top of artist, feels so well thought out and depicted. It was well paced too. Like, I really liked exactly, like, the fact that the twist happens exactly halfway through, that it's written in a way where you kind of understand, like, she kind of says from the beginning that she's talking to imaginary friends, but you don't fully get until, like, she tells him that, like, no, this is literally, there's not an audience here at all. Like, this is entirely imaginary, you know? And then for it to be like, oh, actually, you know, I know, not only do I know, but I literally facilitated this. I like it. It's a good twist. I like the domestic level, not even like melodrama, but sort of just quaint drama, you know? Taper asked permission to include Genki and Sienna and also Nisa's art in the speech bubbles. Mayday from Space said, that's so cool. The twist that he was the dev shook me. Expected him to just be another user. Indeed. I didn't even expect that much. I thought he was like a demon. Like just an actual demon. That was cool. Do you think I should read the death list now? Should I just do this? Right the heck now? By the way, if anybody else sends any requests and you are capable of using Cash App or Venmo, I would greatly appreciate it, because I do receive that money immediately, with which I could... I guess I don't necessarily need to buy coffee, because Bird's like, I'll just bring you coffee from work. Whoa, you don't need money. Even though any other time he'd be like, you should make money. It's good for you. It's good for your health. Amy says you should never stop reading the death list. That's probably also true. Anyway, but when I get super chats, I don't get that shit till next month, so it don't help me at all right now. Not one bit. I could be dead by then. But I won't be. Let's read the death list, because I don't die, I multiply. Realizing the guy who said that is dead. Do I get money instantly with my JPEG magazine? I get it after like a few days, like a couple business days or something like that. I never seem to receive that money on weekends, but I do get it within a time frame that is much more usable and helpful than I should have that open also. I also don't lose as much money because YouTube takes a pretty big cut, and I don't mind that for the most. Like I think it is actually worth. I'm not even fucking. Oh, because I'm on the wrong computer. That's why I'm not logged in. Let me just log in on the fucking laptop. Y'all don't even know I got a laptop off screen over here. I got 2 notifications here. I've sold it for $20 today. Somebody bought it 5 minutes ago, and I got followed by Calcium Chan. I assume Calcium Chan's also the one who bought it. Well, you've got stuff. This stuff looks cool. Hold on. I'm opening up your fucking itch.io real quick. I don't know if you're actually the one who sent that $20, but your itch.io looks cool. So, what the fuck did I spell wrong? Oh, I wrote clackium. That'll do it. Yeah, look at this. This character design is fucking adorable. It's giving like Yume Kui Mary by way of that goddamn bunny game, the platformer. Fucking ant on my hand. Clipnote Studio. Deludicrum. Also great art. And this is also great art. That good shit I love. Games I really like and think that you would like as well. Yes, you specifically will fucking love. Well, I'm convinced. That looks adorable. That also looks adorable. Lost Town. Make friends with ghosts and then commence a ritual to summon a shadowy deity. Explore lost ruins and ride trains through the night. That sounds awesome. And it's name your price. I don't have any money, so I would feel bad about not actually giving any money. They're always together. This game is a very short piece. Some of the productions in this game may contain shocking effects. It is recommended that this game be run on a 64-bit version of Windows 10 or higher. Well, I'm intrigued. Hey, Dysphoria. I've played this game, actually. I played this on Newgrounds in 2012. Why was I playing a game about dysphoria way before I was openly trans? I don't know. Why do you think? Good game. It's only like 15 minutes long. And I remember this being the first time I really felt like I had any perspective into what a trans person's existence is. Like, what is it to be trans? Oops, what the fuck? Nope, didn't mean to open Paint Tool Sci, which apparently I've never opened. Yeah, good taste, Calcium Chan. He was hoping it would get to you instantly, but probably the best option from Canada. Probably. Check your Discord/Venmo. Will do. I have $35 in Cash App. Is that the same thing, or am I insane? I also have $10 from Marcy. Super Smash Tournament 5 by 3GI. Which one of these came in first? 148 versus 3 minutes ago. That's the same time. Okay, well, the shorter one. We'll do the shorter one first. Wait, we still haven't done... Wait, which one? What did Calcium Chan pay for? Everybody came in at once. I greatly appreciate it. I think, okay, so Crystalline Foss, you're the one who sent through Itch.io, right? I typed 5, meant 4, linked it on Discord. Alrighty. This already, based on the thumbnail, looks like it's going to be incredible. Anyway, Crystalline Foss, I think I said your name right that time. What is your request? I assume you were making a request, or if you were just sending $20 just because it's cool and chill, that's also awesome, and thank you. I just assume everybody has something they want me to watch all the time. Warning, do not try to
Mega Man versus Rosalina. 3, 2, 1, go!
Dog.
Oh my god.
Oh shit!
You got this. You got this, Rosalina. What the fuck? This shit's on fire. Oh shit!
You want to keep fighting? No, we're done. Alright, I guess I win. Fair and square.
Game set.
That's how it works in Super Smash.
Sonic versus Pac-Man. 3, 2, 1, go!
Turn it down a little so you can hear me talking over it. I've mostly just been laughing. You're too slow. Oh boy. Uh-oh.
Is that it?
No. He's cracked. His fucking egg cracked like Humpty Dumpty.
Game set.
This is fucking incredible.
Little Mac versus Olimar. 3, 2, 1, go!
I self-identify as a Pikmin sometimes. Amy saying this must have taken so long to make. That's it. Like when it started, I was thinking like, oh, okay, you know, this is like traditional YouTube, like two assholes in costumes, you know, fucking around in their backyard. But then it slowly became more and more elaborate until it's like, oh, this is like serious business. Oh my god. The idea that they have to like roll them down the stairs to represent, like, they're fighting on a two-dimensional plane, but they're falling out the front, which kind of happens in Smash. Like, because you can knock people forward into the screen. It's just, the visuals is fucking hilarious, especially with the burst of flame coming up from the bottom every time. Olimar just walks himself off.
I knew you could do it!
Also, like, converting them into a fucking... Like, they took the screen cap from the end of the clip, printed it, cut it out, put it on a stick, just to get this effect. Like, and the game set looks awesome, like...
I knew you could do it!
So many little details.
Villager versus Wii Fit Trainer. 3, 2, 1, go!
She fucking just booty assed It's Charmander! He's got fucking Oh my god, this is so fucking good.
3, 2, 1,
Oh no. The extensive use of pyrotechnics is greatly appreciated. This has got to be the most like Midwestern video I've ever seen in my life. Midwestern Zoomer Zillennial video I've ever seen. Holy moly. This is like poetry.
Where's Pokemon? It's on the ground behind the mattress.
Oh my god! The way they just like walk into the scene. Fucking real ass taser. Holy shit. You got a fucking lightsaber. You got this. Oh, he breaks it immediately. That's hilarious.
Are you guys done? A lot of glass.
Moment when they're all like kind of fucking like real terrified that he's breaking glass violently everywhere, and then just like a beat. You guys want to keep fighting? It's a lot of glass, man. I don't know if y'all remember when I broke a fluorescent light over Jesse's back like twice during the last Plebe in the Weeb Season 2 episode. And then each of us went through a pair of tables. Me, unfortunately, off camera and to more injury, but him also twice on camera through a set of tables. That was fun. This is fucking madness. It does get glass everywhere to break a big light bulb. Marcy, you're in one of these? I need to see that. Why is Shrek in Super Smash Brothers? Also, this music. Hold on.
Final challenger. 3, 2, 1.
Is this just the? It's like the most unedited Amen break I've ever heard, but I don't know if I know this specific song. Oh, it's fucking a Shrek remix that's just like a plain looped Amen break with some buddies interspersed over it. Unbelievable. Rest in peace, Smash Mouth. Holy shit, your legacy will live forever.
Congratulations!
Mega Man did it. That's a great shot. Great art. Yeah. That fucking rule. Why am I not signed in? Hold on. What's up with that? What do you mean I'm not signed in? What's up with that? Y'all cowards don't even smoke crack. Okay. That was incredible. Crystalline Foe said, no specific request, just sending to support for all the streams. That's beautiful, thank you. Marcy said, I made a ton of vids from these guys that are deleted now. I made a few appearances here and there, and vids still up. That's awesome. So I'm guessing this all happened up in up there in the Midwest. Exactly where I thought it took place, just based on looking at it. I love Trixie describing the Smash Bros. Song. It's a fucking Shrek remix with Ahmed breaks. Yeah, it was like a weird remix of the Smash Bros. Song, but like Milwaukee baby, I'm going crazy, little tiny Milwaukee baby, brand new Mercedes, I've been at the crib going crazy. Code Lyoko episode 1 is the other thing I was paid to watch. Alright. This is gonna be a fucking real, like, flashback. Like a real serious flashback. So I've seen this episode like a shitload of times when I was like 13 or something, because they played... Code Lyoko was one of those shows that kept getting reset, because they would hit the end of all the episodes they had, I guess, dubbed, and then fucking run the whole show again. See you later, Marcy. Thank you for that. That was incredible. I will definitely watch the rest of those. I will be showing those to people because they're fucking hilarious. And I will be looking out for you in the other ones too. Code Lyoko shouldn't get you claimed. They tried to revive that IP like 2 times, completely failed. Gotta be abandonware. Well, we'll find out, but I think it's on YouTube. Like officially. Which doesn't always mean anything, but sometimes. I don't know how the French feel about their copyright stuff, but this looks pretty HD. It's literally Code Lyoko English official US, so 10 years ago. Almost to the, like, to the day, by like 2 weeks. All I remember about this episode is that Missy is like in her underwear, and I'm pretty sure that's not something that would. I don't know how it even flew on American TV at the time. It always shocked me, like as a teen watching the show, seeing a character like maybe a year older than me, like naked, was like, what? I was always very surprised, but it's very French in that way. French people just don't feel the same way about nudity that we do, which seems like they have a healthier relationship with it than Americans, where we have like a really weird, fucking bizarre relationship to it. Moral Oral, great exploration of that. I've been watching Moral Oral with Brody, and like that show is my impression of what, you know, obviously that show is like itself deeply disturbing, but it's making fun of the way that like America tried to present itself as late as like the early 2000s. I don't know how much, like, I feel like Moral Oral is almost defined by existing right before the internet age, because it would have changed so much that like the show just couldn't be that way anymore. Like, it's telling a story of like a time and place that had existed for like maybe 20, 30 years, maybe as much as 50 years, you know, and then like now it's kind of, the world is actually too different. Like, it feels nostalgic watching it, because I'm like, wow, things would be different now, you know. Not in every way that matters, but you know, in a few ways that would definitely affect things, such as that what's her name, Stephanie, I think, the piercings girl, would be like a TikToker and like doing piercing videos, you know, like making little piercing videos at work. I was about to say I saw Moral Oral when I was 7 and it fucked me up forever. Seems like a lot of things you saw fucked you up forever from a young age, but Moral Oral would definitely be... I couldn't handle... Like, I was, like, 14 when Moral Oral was on TV, and I, like, conscientiously backed away from it, which I, as a kid, was very self-sheltering. Like, if I thought something wasn't for me, I tended to stay away from it, and Moral Oral was one where, like, I was just old enough to think about the implications of what was happening in the plot lines and be like really shocked and disturbed by them and be like, I don't think I'm old enough to watch this. Like, I don't think I can understand this on the way I'm supposed to, you know? And yeah, I've seen some of the really dark stuff that happens later, and it just made me like sad, you know? So I was not ready for that. All right, let's watch Code Lyoko. Yo, it's Code Lyoko, this show that I know from way back when I was littler than a chode. I actually forgot this song had lyrics. Wait, is it possible for me to watch this in French with subtitles? Would that be preferable? Because I know the voice acting is kind of annoying in this show. So let me know if you think you'd rather see this, if I can find it in French. We will stand real tall is a lyric that has always cracked me up. That's how you know this was some translated ass lyrics. The French version is peak. Try to find that. The theme song is also even better in French because it's not auto-tuned. They're just actually good at singing. Well, okay, now I have to know. It's to Evolution. All right. Does it have English subtitles though? Because, no parlez-vous français, do I? Shit. I don't know if I can find it. Let's see. French, English subs. Oh, there we go. French dub, English subs on YouTube. It's the first episode, 45 minutes long. It's a two-parter, right? Yeah, it starts with a two-parter. I remember. different vision. There's still some on it. On Good Girl. I understand thinking the shitty voice acting is part of the show, but I'm
Journal
interested to see both shows.
Élève de 4e au collège Cadic, 9 octobre. Il y a maintenant quelques semaines de ça, je cherchais des composants pour terminer mes petits robots, mais impossible d'en trouver dans le coin. Du coup, l'idée m'est venue d'aller à tout hasard
This show might be like low enough level French that I could pick up some French from it too.
inspecter l'usine désaffectée voisine du collège.
Doesn't
J'avais
sound
dans
that
l'idée que j'y
different.
trouverais à coup sûr tout plein de vieux trucs, de pièces mécaniques, de circuits électriques qui pourraient sans doute me servir. Et je n'ai pas été déçue, loin de là. J'ai cru halluciner en voyant que j'avais découvert une sorte de complexe informatique avec un labo, des scanners et surtout un super ordinateur tout droit sorti d'un roman de SF. Pour l'instant, j'ai encore rien dit à personne. C'est mon secret. À ce jour, c'est l'histoire la plus géniale qui me soit arrivée. Et ce n'est que le début. Ce soir, malgré ma trouille, j'ai décidé d'essayer de remettre cet ordinateur en marche. J'espère que je suis pas en train de faire une énorme bêtise. Allez, go!
This sounds like some fucking not hacked video game.
À nous deux. Voyons voir tout ce que t'as dans l'unité centrale. Hop.
Dirty ass bass.
Eh,
Probably couldn't
wow.
even hear that
C'est
shit
quoi
out
ce
of a
truc? Une espèce de jeu?
CRT television. Watching this thing, 12-year-old.
Qui êtes-vous?
Oh my god, Alita has always been bae. I think that's her name, right? Aelita, something like that?
Excuse, Stern, Ulrich Stern, c'est toi?
Peut-être, ouais, ça dépend qui le demande.
Eh ben moi, Aude de la Robia, son nouveau compagnon de chambre.
Quoi?
Wow, that is a very feminine voice.
Je viens de débarquer dans le collège et le
Wait, is that the...
proviseur m'a collé d'office avec toi.
Si je comprends bien, t'es parti pour t'incruster?
Fucking
Fais pas cette
forehead's
tête, tu
out of
verras, je suis un
control.
garçon sympa, hyper cool et plus discret qu'une petite souris.
Bah, y a intérêt. Et attention, respecte mon espace vital. Alors, on maintient une distance de sécurité.
Ok, c'est cool. Eh, bonjour Ulrich de mon cœur. J'ai un truc à te dire et c'est extrêmement important.
Important du genre, j'ai perdu mon rimel ou mon t-shirt rose à déteint?
Oh non, pas aussi grave que ça, mais c'est quelque chose.
When the hot chick doesn't realize that all the good-looking men in her class are obviously gay.
Qui nous concerne tous les deux. Alors si tu veux savoir ce que c'est, rendez-vous dans ma chambre à 8h, je compte sur toi. Génial, c'est The Canon. Et c'est qui cette bombe-là?
Ça, c'est Sissi, la fille du proviseur. Tous les mecs en rêvent. Mais elle est dingue de moi.
Ah, ça c'est cool.
Non, elle n'a rien dans le crâne et c'est un vrai pot de colle.
Oh, ça c'est moche.
She's got nothing in her head and she's a real pain in the ass.
Et là, le mec il
I like this girl's outfit.
lui répond, j'ai pas de cuisse
Kinda looks like what I'm wearing.
de grenouille, c'est ma façon de marcher.
Actually, so does his outfit.
T'as
Very
pigé?
purple.
Non, mais ce que j'ai pigé en revanche, c'est que t'as décidé de pas me lâcher.
Bah, faut bien qu'on
Oh.
fasse connaissance, non? Et puis tu verras, à la fin de la journée, tu pourras plus te passer de moi.
Fucking eye catching.
Intelligence artificielle, je suis de retour, est-ce que tu m'entends?
Oui, mais franchement, j'aimerais bien que tu m'appelles autrement.
Bon, d'accord. Voyons, qu'est-ce que tu dirais de... Maya?
Maya? Ça
Maya?
me plaît. Mais ce qui me plairait encore plus, c'est que tu me dises ce que je fais ici, dans ce monde virtuel.
Ça, c'est difficile à dire. Mais par contre, je t'ai déjà récolté quelques données. L'environnement virtuel où tu te trouves s'appelle Yoko. Il faudrait que tu essayes d'en sortir. Regarde autour de toi, il y a peut-être une porte, quelque chose qui y ressemble.
Jérémy? Je ne vois rien.
Oh, hell yeah. Low poly.
Jérémy, c'est fou, il faut que tu vois ça.
Bah, j'aimerais bien, oui. Tu crois que tu pourrais m'envoyer un visuel?
Je vais essayer.
Good music jams.
Waouh!
Just imagine this with like a heavy
Maya,
ass
on dirait qu'il n'y a pas seulement qu'une forêt. C'est un monde, tout un monde. Je compte 4 territoires, et tous différents les uns des autres.
Jérémy, je ne suis pas
Actually
toute seule
turn
dans
this
ce
into
monde. Il y a
the
aussi de
baseline.
drôles d'animaux.
Waouh, c'est vrai? C'est
This
génial
like
ça.
horn or whatever it is. Just make it pitch down and then put it under the other
Jérémy,
side.
les animaux, ils m'attaquent.
Sauve-toi, Maya. Retourne dans la tour, cache-toi. Maya, allez, dépêche-toi.
It's no good. Don't go out there.
Ça va, tes points de vie remontent.
I have to pause this for a moment because I really gotta pee. And no, we already watched that. In the meantime, I'm gonna play the rest of Taperclip's video while I go to the bathroom.
Playing to a crowd is fun, so I titled my new manga AI is Evil. But the story itself is more nuanced than just AI bad. I'm doing the American Kirby style marketing, since the Japanese title was AI's Whispered Sigil. Now, I needed to give it this big bombastic title for English because it's being published on Manga Plus Creators, and I've got some problems with the way that platform handles AI art. Last month, I published another manga one-shot with them, 5 Rejections, and it was removed for being too spicy. Which, it is. The character designs are all forged from the fires of jiggle physics and questionable camera angles. So my Opie manga gets removed, but all this AI manga is totally fine. Says a lot about society. Well, I'll show them. I'll title my next manga AI is Evil. Honestly, the more mature move would be to just forget about it, but I thought a manga with this title on that platform would be hilarious. If you investigate the comment section for any AI manga on Manga Plus, the manga with the most coherent AI art styles will inevitably summon the world's most cleverest little detectives trying to sniff out if it's really AI, and the more egregious offenders of ugly AI art, you'll see no shortage of pick up a pencil style comments. So, okay, I don't know if anyone told the anti-AI defense force this, which means I have to be the one to break this heartbreaking news, but negative comments count just as much as positive ones. That time could have been spent giving real manga legitimate praise, but hey, getting mad on the internet is a reliably fun way to kill an afternoon. So let's be real, that's most of my YouTube channel. So, here you go, AI Outrage Squad. My manga is titled AI is Evil. It is giving you exactly what you want. You can look at the title and comment, yeah, bro, I agree. AI is evil. You don't even have to read it. You can express your gut reaction to the title and thumbnail, just like you did with all the AI manga. I'm fighting fire with stupid here. So if this doesn't make the popularity rankings, you're letting down all of manga. The thing is, I don't know if the Manga Plus crowd can be moved or swayed. There was an artist who made an AI manga, got dunked on nonstop for making an AI manga, so they deleted the AI manga, they picked up a pencil and drew a new manga. Now, their new work didn't make the same waves, which I thought was a little sad. This is the character arc I'd want to see from AI artists, although, side note, hopefully with less spiteful comments motivating them. That is, after playing around with AI, the AI artist eventually takes up real drawing. Because best case scenario, toying with AI art is a stepping stone to being a real artist. It's similar to how I feel about social media. I think it's all baseline evil, but it's part of life, and the best use of it is using it as a springboard for something bigger, either making deeper personal connections or finding an artist's work outside of whatever they're posting. The goal of all social media should be to get off of social media. Those are two sentiments that I try to express in AI is Evil, but I don't want to sound too full of myself. I'm just a taper. All of my manga is about the vibes and how I'm personally feeling at the moment and what I want to pull off visually. My last manga one-shot was going heavier with the beta inks. It felt good and I liked the results, so I ramped it up by 1,000 and went way harder with the cross-hatching and even scarcer screen tones. I was eyeballing a lot of Hanako-kun, which is my go-to manga for something that's not afraid of heavy beta inks and has a magical, whimsical atmosphere. So more than any pontification about AI, I wanted to make a story with a cool shoujo protagonist, give her some exciting moments with the bad guy, and have her save the day with imagination. So the link to AI is Evil is in the description below. Leave a comment on Manga Plus and let me know if I pulled it off. If you're not on Manga Plus, you can link it with an existing account in under 10 seconds. I'm showing on screen how to do that now. Thanks for watching, and I've been making a lot more manga lately, and I'm really happy I could share this one.
Sorry if that was like a while before I was back. I don't know how long the video's been over for. Looks like it was at least for more than a couple seconds, which is unfortunate. Let's watch more Code Lyoko. So nostalgic for that noise.
En fait, j'y pense là. Dis-moi, ta copine, Sissi.
C'est pas ma copine, compris?
Cool! Waouh! Donc, ça veut dire qu'elle est libre.
Ouais, elle est libre, mais elle est naze. Et puis t'as fait que ce pas, mais qui est pas vraiment son style.
Oh, tu connais pas les films magiques?
I do appreciate this, that like essentially the message of this episode is like, just because a girl is hot and available does not mean that she is worth your time. And just because a girl is trapped in another dimension and being attacked actively doesn't mean she's not worth your time.
Eh oh, belle pois, ça va aller? Je vais l'emmener à l'infirmerie. Préviens le prof.
Bon, tout va bien. Juste un petit choc électrique et des brûlures superficielles.
T'as voulu du jus? Bah t'en as eu.
Très drôle, je t'y arrive vraiment. Au fait, avant que j'oublie, merci.
Je t'en prie. Je passerai prendre de tes nouvelles ce soir après mon cours d'arts martiaux.
Bonsoir. Je suis ravi de voir que vous êtes venus nombreux. Kalari Paya, Kogusoku Jutsu. Non, ne cherchez pas. Vous ne trouverez pas ça au menu d'un restaurant chinois. Oulô. Toutes mes excuses, mademoiselle Ishiyama.
Mais y a pas de mal, monsieur. Moi, je suis japonaise.
Ouais. Bon, bref. Donc, ce sont les noms techniques de combat qui peuvent nous sauver la vie. Comme elles l'ont fait pour moi à l'époque où j'étais garde forestier au Québec.
Ah, vraiment? Et qu'est-ce qui s'est passé, monsieur?
Eh bien, imaginez, la nuit était tombée auprès du feu de camp, je dégustais un steak de caribou. Quand soudain, un castor enragé m'attaque. Avec ses incisives acérées, la bête cherche à me trancher la carotide. Mais heureusement, j'ai pu m'en sortir grâce à ma parfaite maîtrise de la main ardente de Lifu Chang.
Genki and Sienna said that's precisely the message, and that's why it's peak, and also life inside a digital world is just as worth protecting as life in the human world, which is the best. Love that theme. Great in Digimon too. You know what else it's great in? Ironheart, the new Disney Plus Marvel MCU show, because Ironheart is about Riri Williams, who is basically like Iron Man as a young girl, and she invented her own Iron Man suit. Just like saw him do it and went, I could probably do that, and then did. She was introduced in Black Panther 2, and then basically she in the new show, it's established that like when she was a kid, her best friend died, and while she when she created the AI that commands her suit, it scanned her brain and it decided to personify itself as her friend if she had grown up. And so the AI is constantly talking to her as if she is her best friend, you know, based on her perception of her friend. But she's keeping it a secret from the dead friend's brother, who I think is also her boyfriend. Yeah, her boyfriend is the dead friend's brother. So she's keeping a secret from her boyfriend that she has this AI version of his dead sister, because she knows he'll be offended. And of course, he does see it and is offended. And then this leads into the plotline sort of becoming about the personhood of this character, which has kind of been left in limbo as of the last episode. It's not known if there's a happy ending or a sad ending yet for this hologram AI character. Oh, the Yuri? Yes, it is. I mean, aside from, that she has a boyfriend, it would be pretty decent Yuri. They have a pretty cute, friendship bond. And she's like, at the end of the season, Riri is basically about to whole-ass crash out over trying to bring her fully back to life by making a deal with Mephisto the demon. Literal demon. Anyway, now I'm spoiling. Good show, though. It starts off kind of corny because a lot of the actors take like a lot of time to get into their roles. But as it gets more dramatic, I felt like it got really good.
Qu'est-ce qui vous prend?
C'est que j'imaginais le castor repartant la queue entre les jambes.
Bon, très bien. Maintenant, assez rigolé. Mettez-vous par deux.
Pas mal du tout pour une débutante.
Pas mal. Mais il y a encore des progrès à faire. Bien, ça ira pour aujourd'hui, les enfants. Maintenant,
I too would like a
saluez-vous et
woman
filez
to
au
push
lit.
me over and stare at me menacingly.
Ben sympa, le mec.
Edge Runner Season 2 got confirmed?
Mais c'est quoi ce bazar? Et d'où il sort ce clébard?
Lui, c'est Kiwi, mon chien. Là, il a un peu pété les plombs. Faut comprendre, hein. Il a pas l'habitude d'être enfermé, le pauvre.
Mayday says, how? I assume because people keep buying the game. Like, because my take on Edge Runners, why it existed in the first place, was like, they spent all that money fixing Cyberpunk after its, like, awful launch, and then they had to make an anime to, like, make everybody realize that the game's cool now, and they have to come play it. And it seemingly worked. I mean, it made Bird get into it. And then they've patched it a few times since then to add, like, tons of shit. There's a recent patch that came out that I don't know how much it added, but Bird was playing it again because of this patch. So I'm guessing probably they're trying to draw people into to either play it again or play it for the first time on the basis that they've fixed it even more.
Oh non, mais regarde un peu ce qu'il a fait. Mes CD, mes fringues, il m'a tout bousillé.
And of course there's also like DLCs and such.
Ah, tu as vu ce qu'il a fait dans mon lit là?
Désolé pour la surprise, mais je pouvais pas le sortir devant tout le monde. Les chiens sont interdits au collège Kadik.
Tout juste un point du règlement que je vais aller rappeler au proviseur.
Mais oui, Kiwi, t'es un bon toutou. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? J'ai déjà vu ce logo.
And it sounds like a low budget Inuyasha music.
Wow, un peu agressif tes potes, non? Tu devrais revoir un peu leur réglage.
J'y comprends rien. Ils se sont mis en marche tout seuls et ils m'ont attaqué.
Ouais, c'est ça. Bon, tu m'expliques?
Y a rien à expliquer.
Mais oui, tout va bien. Allez, je peux peut-être t'aider. Imagine, ton sèche-cheveux crame un fusible, il t'attaque et je suis pas là pour t'aider.
C'est ça, oui, rigole.
Je sortirai pas d'ici sans une explication.
Bon, ok. De toute façon, tu sais, je commence à me dire que je pourrais pas gérer ça tout seul.
It's quite an
tellement
insistent loop.
Tu crois que tu saurais garder un secret?
Super plan pour faire le mur, ce passage dans le gymnase.
Ouais, et il y en a un autre dans le parc du collège.
Mayday said, I hope we get a new cast. I feel S1 was conclusive and we don't seem to see those characters again. I would be shocked if they brought those characters back, considering the way that show ended. Although, if Rebecca comes back as a zombie, I'm okay with it. There just has to be a really stupid reason for why it happens.
Eh ben alors, t'as le vertige?
Non, non. D'accord, alors l'engin là, c'est le méga calculateur que t'as rallumé.
Non, non, pas méga, super calculateur. C'est une machine ultra puissante et en faisant des recherches, j'ai découvert qu'il gérait un monde virtuel. Un monde qui s'appelle Lyoko.
Tu sais quoi, belle pois? L'électrochoc de ce matin t'a secoué les neurones. Ce truc-là, c'est le pupitre de commande de l'usine et c'est tout.
D'accord. Alors dis-moi, ça c'est quoi? L'interface du programme de gestion des stocks?
Bonjour, Jérémy.
C'est qui celle-là avec ses cheveux roses?
Elle, c'est Maya, une intelligence artificielle qui vit sur Lyoko. Mais je sais pas encore quel est son rôle.
Tu me fais marcher, c'est toi qui l'as programmée.
Non, non, je me suis réveillée au moment où Jérémy a rallumé le super calculateur et je ne sais pas qui je suis. Ma mémoire a été
Why would I say
altérée.
that? Look. Rebecca is the most cool looking corpse I have ever seen. If they reanimate that corpse and don't even change anything, you know, just have her head all fucking busted open and shit, it would be awesome. It'd be so cool.
Maya est obligée de rester cachée, à l'abri, dans une sorte de tour. Dès qu'elle sort, des monstres l'attaquent. Écoute, tu dois me croire, Stern. Même si ça te paraît complètement fou.
Bon, admettons. Et si c'était une sorte de jeu géant?
Dans ce cas, c'est un jeu dangereux. Mes robots sont programmés pour me rapporter une balle. Et pourtant, ils ont essayé de me tuer, tu te souviens? En plus, juste au moment de l'attaque, un sigle est apparu sur l'écran de mon ordinateur. Le même sigle qu'on voit sur les monstres de Lyoko.
Ah, de mieux en mieux. Alors tu veux dire que le truc virtuel qui attaque Maya veut aussi t'éliminer toi?
Eh ben, j'ai bien l'impression, oui.
Ah ouais, très bien. Eh bien, tu sais quoi, belle pois? Si c'est si dangereux que ça, tu éteins tout et tu appelles la police.
D'accord. Mais avant, je voudrais aider Maya à comprendre ce qu'elle fait sur Lyoko.
Pardon?
Bah oui, et en plus, si ça se trouve...
I've come to, in my adult life, truly appreciate how absurd it is when, like, TV characters say things like, why don't we just go to the police? What the fuck are they gonna do? They're not magic. They don't do fucking witchcraft. They have guns and they shout at people. They're really good at grabbing. The cops are great at grabbing people by the arm and putting them in a car. They don't fucking know how to do anything else. They're not like smart people. Smart people get smart people jobs. Cop is not smart people job. It's a job about like putting drug addicts in the back of a car for the most part. Like 9 times out of 10. Strong arming a drug addict. That's the lifestyle. What the fuck do they know about computers? Nothing.
On doit pouvoir la ramener sur Terre.
Ah, ça c'est le bouquet. Et qu'est-ce qui te fait dire ça?
Bah, tu vas voir ça.
Brody, you did miss moral oral praising. I was talking about how effectively it communicates like America's weirdness about like nudity and sexuality that is very different from France, where like a show like this by like Protestant, you know, standards as presented by Moral Oral would be like deeply sinful. This would be like absolute devil work. And it came out like before Moral Oral, so it's contemporaneous of it. It's just French in a way that like nothing airing on US TV was anything like this at the time, except for this, which was airing on US TV and felt like wildly different to me.
Voilà, ça c'est
Particularly
parfait.
for this scene
Et ce soir, il aurait qui va succomber
was like,
couché en
what?
placard.
Et ça là, ça sert à quoi?
Ce sont des scanners, mais je n'ai pas encore trouvé le programme qui pourrait ramener Maya sur Terre. Par contre, j'en ai déniché un qui permet de se virtualiser sur Lyoko. En fait, le supercalculateur scanne et analyse la structure moléculaire de celui qui pénètre dans ses caissons. Une fois le scan terminé, il désassemble les atomes afin de les numériser avant de recréer un double, un avatar numérique dans le monde virtuel.
Et en clair?
Toi, entrer là-dedans, et toi, être téléporté dans le monde virtuel.
Et oh Jérémy, on est au 21e siècle. Tu rêves là.
Tu veux toujours pas me croire?
Bah, j'aimerais bien, mais tes histoires de virtualisation, c'est trop délirant.
On n'a qu'à faire l'essai. Et comme ça, au moins, on sera fixé. Et pour ça, il nous faut un cobaye.
Un cobaye, ça peut s'arranger.
Alors, on est un gentil toutou, hein? On va se faire virtualiser.
Mais qu'est-ce qu'il fabrique?
Oh yeah. Mayday's "Why would you say that" was about me talking about Rebecca coming back to life.
Quoi?
Oh, désolé, Cici.
Salut-vous! Oh, attends! Mais où il va là?
Ah ça, je suis sûre qu'il y a une autre fille derrière tout ça.
Une fille? C'est pas une fille, c'est Kiwi, mon chien! Oh.
I'm being demanded by Genki and Sienna to go and post up this Genki and Sienna fan art. Mayday from Space created. This is freaking adorable. I like it.
Et qu'est-ce qui lui prend d'emmener Kiwi dans cette usine?
Si ça se trouve, il a besoin d'un sujet pour une monstrueuse expérience scientifique.
Toi, faut que t'arrêtes les films d'horreur.
Oui, t'as raison, c'est idiot ce que je dis. Une expérience scientifique, non, c'est sûrement un sacrifice rituel vaudou.
Bon, gentil le chien, gentil, pas à bouger. Jérémy, ça y est, le clébard est dans le caisson.
Alors voyons ça, ce qui est sûr, c'est que ça va pas être de la tarte.
Nice fall.
On dirait des sortes de sarcophages.
Mais oui,
Sarcophage.
si ça se trouve, c'est le tombeau d'un descendant de Cléopâtre.
Bon, voilà, tout est prêt. Allez, je lance la procédure. Hé, Kiwi, ça va mon chien?
Tu vas être momifié vivant, sors vite.
Allez, transfert du cobaye. Scanner du cobaye. Je sais pas, mais tu le trouves pas un peu bizarre, ton chien?
Normal, c'est pas un chien. C'est Hôte de la Robia.
Oh non, je sais pas comment arrêter la procédure.
Au secours!
Looks way cooler in CGI.
Hé, c'est quoi ce délire?
IRL.
Oh, où je suis moi? Hé, pourquoi je suis déguisée en gros chat violet?
Hôte de la Robia?
Qui me parle là?
C'est moi, Jérémy. Jérémy Bellepoix.
C'est une blague là ou quoi?
Ben non.
Si.
Ulrich!
Ulrich, c'est bon, Odd est sain et sauf sur Lyoko. Je suis dans un jeu? On dirait le décor de Babylon Ninja Fighter 3.
Ben en fait, ça je sais pas trop. Bon, c'est un monde virtuel, ça c'est sûr.
Wow, cool! Alors ça, c'est moins cool. Et les cafards géants qui me tirent dessus, c'est normal? Oui. Ah bon, tout va bien alors? Non, tout va mal.
Like, when they gave that character a cat outfit with like the arms that go only up so high, and they gave him that voice, like, why did they make the character straight? Is it that he doesn't know?
Dépêche, fiche le camp. Ulrich, De La Robia est en...
I mean, I guess there's those like those straight femboys that are all over Instagram and stuff. He's like the God damn it, what's that famous femboy's name? Whatever.
Danger. Et moi, il me faut du temps pour le dévirtualiser et je sais pas quoi faire.
Il faut l'aider. Tu crois que Cici et moi, tu peux nous envoyer sur Lyoko?
Je peux toujours essayer. Ulrich, mais c'est quoi Lyoko?
Un monde virtuel, plein de bestioles qui rêvent de nous massacrer. Tu voulais qu'on sorte ensemble, ben voilà, je t'invite.
He's a bicon. Is he bi? Like, do they establish that? I don't remember enough of the show to remember like who all ends up Flirting with whom?
Bah oui, mais moi les mondes visuels, c'est pas trop mon truc. Et puis, demain il faut que je sois en forme, je répète avec les majorettes.
Trouillarde. Allez, vas-y, Jérémy, je suis prêt.
Ok, je lance la procédure. Transfert Ulrich. Scanner Ulrich. Virtualisation. Odd.
Bi-coded. Yeah, I mean, I would describe him as like very flamboyant, regardlessly whether he's straight or gay. His personality is extremely flamboyant.
Accroche-toi, Ulrich Stern va arriver pour te filer un coup de main. Super, je les ai semés, mais ils doivent pas être loin. Aïe. Bon. Bonnard, sabre. Oh, c'est pas juste ça. Pourquoi lui, il est en samouraï? C'est vachement plus cool. Bah, j'en sais rien, moi. Peut-être que l'ordinateur analyse votre imaginaire et qu'il se sert de vos rêves pour me rien, moi. C'est pas juste ça. Pourquoi lui, il est en samouraï?
This pose, this animation, this is giving Jax from fucking Amazing Digital Circus.
C'est vachement plus cool. Bah, j'en sais rien, moi. Peut-être que l'ordinateur analyse votre imaginaire et qu'il se sert de vos rêves pour modéliser vos avatars. Eh oh, j'ai jamais rêvé d'être un chat violet, moi. Et puis j'aurais préféré avoir une arme comme Ulrich. Et pas des grosses papates qui me servent à rien.
So I guess it's not to his own taste what he's wearing. So maybe that's part of why.
Eh, fais gaffe.
It's like he's not gay, but the universe wants him to be.
Ah oui, sympa les fléchettes. Ok, je retire ce que j'ai dit. Bon, essaye de rejoindre Maya dans sa tour. Je vais vous donner les coordonnées. C'est qui Maya? Et tout ça là, ça sert à quoi? Bah ça, c'est le pupitre du supercalculateur. Et Et c'est qui cette Maya?
Une fille virtuelle qui vit sur Lyoko.
Ah, parce qu'en plus, il y a des nanas ici. C'est super.
Ouais, mais j'ai l'impression que Belle Poix craque sur elle.
Sur une nana virtuelle? Ah, il est dingue.
Jérémy, qu'est-ce que t'attends? Tu nous les donnes, ces coordonnées, hein? Jérémy, tu dors ou quoi?
Mais alors, t'es un chien, non? Attaque au boulot. Allez, attaque. Là, je vois une tour. C'est peut-être celle-là. Il n'y a pas de porte. Ah, bravo. Je vais pas tenir longtemps. T'es trop lourd. Je sais pas moi, lâche-moi ton sac.
Ça te ferait plaisir, hein? Eh ben non.
Well, he done good. Fell into another goddamn realm.
Oh, ça c'est fort. On est où là? Et où est la forêt?
Ça, j'en sais trop rien. Mais t'as vu la tour là-bas? Elle est pas de la même couleur, bizarre.
Et les bestioles là? Elles aussi, elles sont bizarres, non?
On ferait mieux de filer, d'accord? Et tout de suite.
Comment on les tue, ces machins? Ça, mystère. Au fait, tu sais combien on a de points de vie?
Non.
Ah ouais, yes.
C'est génial, on est vivant.
Vivant, faut le dire vite là. Ah, je me sens mal, j'ai une envie de vomir.
Tiens bon, Jérémy.
Je termine. Tu vois, je t'avais dit à la fin de la journée, tu pourras plus te passer de moi.
Maya, t'es là? Oui, ça va de votre côté?
Bah, un peu secoué, mais bon, ça pourrait être pire.
I do believe that concludes the first episode, because this is a two-parter. The show is fun. It's like just like a very watchable adventure cartoon that happens to be like, it's got the Persona structure where it's like they're doing Tartarus and real life shit, you know, in two different kind of worlds, and the fact that it has a different art style even emphasizes that, like, that hard shift feeling. My biggest complaint by far is just that the one dramatic song is so fucking repetitive, and I am sure that bothered me even as a kid, because I know it's persistent through the show. There was a lot of it even in that episode. Like, there was several minutes worth of just I really would hope that they phased that song out at some point in the show, because it's, the rest of the music's really good. Like, lots of great songs. It's kind of like cheap sounding because it's like obviously made on like a keyboard, but you know, it's well written and arranged aside from that one song. Overall though, like, it's fun. It holds up surprisingly well. Also, there wasn't as much like nudity, you know, like underwear in it as I remembered. Maybe there's more in another episode or something, but I just remember as a kid being like so struck by it. But I also remember it happening like more than what we saw there. The voices in French, like, I don't know that they're necessarily better performed than the English voices, because I don't know French well enough to tell, but it didn't seem like it was like amazing voice acting, but it was entertaining. It was, I would rather hear, you know, mid voice acting in French because I can't tell, than in English where I can super tell. The transformation sequences are some of the earliest anime style ones that stand out in your memory. I had forgotten that there were transformations, honestly. Like, I forgot how many layers there were to this show, where like it's not just that they're in the digital world, but also they like transform into like a special costume and shit. And yeah, very nostalgic. Okay. I think that was all of the requests, right? I've been requested to bring Bird his phone charger brick like 9 minutes ago. I need to do that. Unless he already found it, because it's actually upstairs anyways. I'll put on a video. I need a short break anyways, because I've been sitting here for 2.5 hours. This did not feel like it's been that long. What should I throw on? Why are you showing me all this political shit, YouTube? Why would you ever do that to me? You should really know better. Let's see. Moomin? I'll be back. It's been 2.5 hours.
僕は海が好きだ。海は僕の故郷であり、希望の天地だった。今でも僕は若い頃、一介の水夫として大きな船に乗り込んで北の海を航海していた時のことを思い出す。僕はいろいろなところを旅をして随分珍しいものを見てきた。でもあの時見たウォーレスほど素晴らしいものはなかった。
僕もそんな綺麗な魚見たい。
僕も。
西の付近どこ行ったらその魚見られるの？
そうだな。海岸から数マイルも沖合に行けば見られるかもしれないよ。
本当？よし、ウォーレスを見に行こう。スニフ、君ウォーレス見たいと思わないの？
そりゃ見たいけどさ、僕泳ぎないもの。
バカだな。船があればどうってことないじゃないか。そうだ、ウォーレスを捕まえよう。そしたらみんなびっくりするだろうな。
そいつはそうや。行こう行こう。
何しろ大きいんだから君たちの手に負えるかどうか。でも行ってみる価値はあるな。
ね、パパいいでしょ。僕たちどうしてもウォーレスを捕まえたいんだよ。ね。
それは大変な冒険になるかもしれないね。
だからパパのヨット貸してね。
まあ。
I don't recognize the name, but there's a Maytel avatar that sent me $20 in a green heart. I love you. Incredibly cool avatar. Really nice Maytel picture. I still haven't really seen... I mean, I've seen Galaxy Express 39, the movies, but I feel like I don't know Maytel like that, you know? But I know she's like the goddess. Like, as anime girls go, she is like the empress. So I need to know more about her. I saw some of Queen Emeraldis as a kid. Didn't understand it though. Anyway, I'm gonna keep playing this Moomin and taking a little break.
いいだろう。だが待てよ、ちょっとペンキが剥げてるかもしれないぞ。
大丈夫、そんなもの僕たちで塗り直すよ。じゃあ借りるからね。
よし。
パパ、大丈夫でしょうか。
まあ心配することはないよ。若い時に冒険するということはいいことだ。私だって若い時は随分冒険旅行をしたからね。ムーミンのことだ、きっとうまくやってくるさ。よっしゃよっしゃよっしゃよっしゃよっしゃ。
うん、これでよし。
ねえムーミン、船で一体どこへ行くの？
海へ行くのさ。ウォーレスっていう大きな魚を捕まえにね。
まあ素敵ね。え、私も連れてってくれるんでしょ？
なんだって？
女の子ダメだよ。女の
子はダメですって。まあスニフの意地悪。私だって行きたいのに意地悪。そんな。
夏の海は男の世界だからね。
そんなのつまんないわ。そうだ、船で海に行くんならコックだって必要でしょ。
そりゃそうだけど。
じゃあ連れてってくれるわね。
コックは必要だけど。
それじゃあ私行くわ。これで決まったわね。待った待った、まだ決まってないわよ。
ヤミー、なんかよ。
ムーミン、何か忘れてることはない？
別にないよ。
それじゃあ伺いますけどね、ムーミンはミーを連れてってくれないって言うの。
だって君女だろ。
いやね、それに君小さすぎるもの。
そんなのないわよ。ノンノンを連れてってミーだけのけ者にするなんてひどいわ、ひどいわ。ミーも連れてってあげましょうよ。
この船そんなに大きくないし、僕たち初めて行くところだし。
連れてってくれなきゃ
分かったよ、ミー、連れてくよ。
本当？遠くなくちゃバタイ。
どうです、みんなこれから大冒険をしようとしてるんですぞ。
いやー、大したもんだ、立派なもんだ。
そう言っていただくほどではありませんが、冒険するということはいいことです。
まったくいいことだ。
無駄じゃ。冒険するなんてのはエネルギーの無駄じゃ。時間の無駄じゃ。
無駄ではありません。若い時は大いにやるべきです。私ももう少し若ければ一緒に行きたいね。そうでしょう。これはスノーク君。いや、どうも。それにしてものんのんちゃんは勇気があって結構ですな。
僕は冒険には反対です。大体冒険なんて文明を無視した行為は賛成できませんが、しかし今回に限り許すことにしましたがね。
じゃあ皆さん行ってきます。
気をつけてな。
はい、パパ。
ムーミン、気をつけるんですよ。
はい、ママ。
ミー、気をつけてね。はい、大丈夫。釣れるの？
いつって言われても僕には分からないよ。僕たちだって早く捕まえたいよ。
あ、気を持たせるな。
待ちくたびれちゃった。ねえみんな、コーヒー沸いたわよ。飲めないこと？
またコーヒー？
朝からコーヒーばっかりでもう飲み飽きたよ。
そんなこと言わないで飲んでよ。ねえムーミン。ねえムーミン、パイ好きだったでしょ？大好きだよ。私、ムーミンのために焼いたのよ。食べて。
うわあ、それすごいや。
何かっていうとすぐムーミンだな。
じゃあみんなお茶にしようよ。
はいはい、飲みゃいいんでしょ。
ミー、君飲まないの？
いらないよ。ミー、そんなこと言わないで上がんなさいよ。いらないったらいらないよ。
I've got a jug of Costco kimchi. It smells unfathomably pungent, but also strangely warm.
Nothing. 何もないじゃないか。
ぼんやりしてるから急に取られちゃうんじゃないか。
そんな、本当なんだから。ほらほら。
Whoa, there was a fucking, one of the king fish from, that's a sea king. That is just a fucking sea king from One Piece.
そうだ、確かにウォレスだよ。
あれが
One Piece Moomin influence confirmed.
どうしようか。よし、スイ、ミ、船をこげ、そして相手に近づくんだ。よし。
Unhinged is the right word for this. Genki and Sienna. Look at him go though. Fucking Moomin's about to lasso or attempt to lasso a giant fish with a lasso. Yeah, I've seen the first episode of the 90s Moomin just because of that time that I watched like everything from 1991. But yeah, this is definitely different. You just did Moby Dick. You don't have permission to do a Moby Dick anime yet. Throw it in Moomin.
Moomin たちはどうしているんでしょうね。
だいぶ沖へ出ただろうな。もしかするとオーレスを捕まえてもうムーミン谷へ向かってるかもしれないな。
なんとかにか。島だ。おい、ノンノン起きろ。みんな起きろ。僕たち助かったんだよ。
なんだよ。
お、島だ。まあ、ほんと、私たち助かったんだよ。
ところで一体ここどこ？
どこって一体どこかな。しっかりしてよ、ムーミン。ねえ、島の上に登ってみましょう。どこかわかるわよ。
海ばっかりだよ。
何も見えない。こんなところに来ちゃった私たちどうなるの？
もうダメだ、僕たちムーミン谷に帰れないよ。
そんなにムーミン谷へ帰りたい。僕だって帰りたいよ。お兄様が行くなんて言ったのに。
モーレスなんか捕まえに来なければよかったんでいる。
だってムーミンがしっかりしてないからこんなことになるのよ。お姉ちゃん。そんなこと言わないで、この島から出る方法を考えようよ。そうだ、みんなあの船をなんとか修理してみようよ。ね。
無理だよ、できっこないよ。
できるかできないかやってみなければわからないよ。
Wow.
そうだわ、やってみましょうよ。私も手伝うわ。よし、決まった。船底は塞いで、帆と折れたマストは徹底的に修理だ。よいしょ。倒れるぞ。よし、これでいい。さあ、出発しよう。今度のロープは切れないはずさ。
何まだあいつ捕まえる気なの？
そうだよ。僕たちウォーレスのことで来たんだろ。あんなに大きくて綺麗な魚捕まえないで帰れるもんか。
それもそうだわね。みんなでもう一度捕まえましょう。
よし、やるか。
さあ出発だ。船だ。
宝島。
おい君たち、こんな船で何してるんだ？
何ってウォーレスを捕まえに来たのさ。
そんなチャチな船でウォーレスを捕まえられるもんか。
君こそ何しに来たんだい？
この辺にウォーレスってのがいるって聞いたんでね、捕まえて帰るのさ。
なんだって？
By the way, I went from, as indicated on screen, $8 to having like $75 in the bank in the course of this stream. So thank you tremendously to everybody who made that possible. And there's also like another, however much was on Itch.io, like $20 that'll show up at some point. So I made like $90 that I will actually be able to use this week to buy coffee and probably beer and maybe, I don't know what other food we're gonna run out of soon. Dessert of some sort. Very clean. On that note, since there's only 6 viewers left, I don't really know how to signal people back. I'll probably just end the stream and then come back with a second stream with a different title and concept, so as to signal how we've moved on from the I need coffee money part of the day to the maybe I'll just do a like just reading the Deathless stream so that it could be its own thing. So I do want to read that. Maybe I'll watch some Moral Oral on Twitch or something, I don't know. I'll convene with everyone on the Discord. I always feel weird if I'm away for too long also. Like doing a live stream weirdly takes me away from the Discord. Sometimes when nobody's watching the stream I'm like, surely they're just over there doing something else that's also fun. And I want to get in on it. Is this the funniest place to stop without resolving the episode and where it ends? This looks like Snufkin shows up. Oh, they're getting rescued. They did it. They did it, gang. They made it home to go fishing and such. There we go, there's the boy.
そうだよムーミン、それが男の勇気ってものさ。
そうだよムーミン、それは男の勇気。Okay. See you all later.